If I were to ask you what's the best game of basketball you can watch, I figure all of you would say the NBA. Now, I get this. I mean, they're the superstars, they get paid the money for it. It's the best league in the world for basketball. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but you would be wrong. The best place to watch a good basketball game is NCAA Division One college basketball. So I'm going to explain why. Now, this is all my own opinion. I'm going to explain why and hopefully persuade you guys into thinking, oh, this guy's got a really good point. I might want to watch some really good basketball. He might be onto something. So, first point is players, they play to win. It's all about a team effort and everything. They all have that one goal in mind, the championship. Now, in the NBA, a lot of people are about themselves. They just want theirs. An example of this is Russell Westbrook. He has two instances of this. One is he wants out of the Houston Rockets, who they're a major contender. I wouldn't say they're serious, but they've been in the Western Conference Finals a few times in the past 3 years, so they're obviously a good contender. They have one of the best superstars in the league in James Harden, one of the best scorers of all time in James Harden, but he wants out. He wants more money, and he wants to go somewhere where he can lead a team and be all about him. Now, this makes no sense. Why would you want to leave someone who's contending for a championship just to go to some subpar team? It makes no sense. And then another thing he did is his historic season. I'm not bashing on him or anything. Obviously, these guys are top players in the world if they're in the NBA and they're superstars. I'm not bashing or anything, but he had that historic triple-double season, his MVP season. Averaged a triple-double the whole season and had 42 games with the triple-double, which is more than half the season of the NBA. It's absurd, phenomenal, but he was all about padding his stats. Oh, I need to do this. You guys need to take a step back. Let me handle this. Now, you could say that he's being a good leader by doing this, but there's instances of, like, say he's going for a rebound. His teammates would literally back out of the way, and he would just come in and swoop it right up so he could have his. It makes no sense. In college, you don't see that. They're all about one goal, all team effort. Then, speaking of team effort, you see way, way better ball movement in college. I mean, I'm talking more than 2 to 3 passes. I'm talking always running the shot clock down. Easy. Easy. And then another thing is, and truly to win, you need that coach. You need that base. And there's a lot of more identifiable coaches in college, like Roy Williams, John Calipari, Rick Pitino. I could go on and on about all these iconic coaches. And then, according to Gene Suda, he says some of the most recognizable are Jim Boeheim's 2-3 zone or Rick Pitino's full court press. You could go watch any college game and just, boom, right off the bat, you can identify it by these plays that they're running. And then another thing is the egos. You don't see a lot of egos in college. Obviously, everyone's going to be egotistical. That's just how some people are. But in the NBA, so many. According to Jeff Roberts, egos aren't there to the extent of that they are in the NBA. And I mean, this holds true. You could watch interviews and everything between college players and then NBA players, and it's a clash. They do not go together well. And then another reason why NCAA is better is most players, they're like mercenaries. You know, they want that money. They would rather leave a contender and go get a good payday. And now I get it, like if you're a superstar and you're not getting paid what you think and you want a pay raise, that's completely different from leaving a contender and you're making good money already, but you think you deserve more, which absurd, absolutely absurd. And then another reason why college is better, this is the best reason why. You truly never know who's going to win at all. You just never know. And then, according to Justin Welton, every game means something. You got to build a resume, or you got to prove you belong in college. Because, I mean, in the NBA, you got a lot of people watching. There's a lot of games. But in the NCAA, if you don't make the tournament, what do? You do nothing. And every game completely matters. It's not no 7-game series. It's not an 82-game season. Everything's on the line at all times. And then the best part about it is the mystery factor. Like I said earlier, you never know who's going to win. Take, for instance, when UMBC, a 16 seed, a school that's been unheard of, beat number one seeded undefeated Virginia. First time in NCAA history, a 16th seed knocked out a first seed. You never see that. And then like Steph Curry's Davidson team, he took them all the way to the Elite Eight, and they were like a 10th seed, I believe. And he was literally the only player on that team, and he literally carried his team to the Elite Eight, the Final Eight. That's absurd. You don't see that in the NBA. You don't see all these Cinderella teams. In the NBA, you can predict who's going to win. Like if you're a first seed going up against an 8 seed, first seed's going to wipe them out. 2 seed against a 7 seed, going to wipe them out, obviously. But in the NCAA, you never know who's going to win. Every school potentially has a chance to win. Like Loyola Chicago, I believe 2 years ago, they made it to the Final Four and they were like a 13th seed. Oh, sorry, like a 9th seed. But still, that's absurd. That's a low seed in the championship. You don't see that. And it's not no 7-game series in the tournament. You lose one game, you're out. Like AP Holmes said, it's only when Reggie Miller scored 8 points in 9 seconds with the Indiana Pacers. They eventually won the series, but that insane performance was just one game out of 7. Big deal. If he would have done that in just one game elimination, that would have been crazy. Now I'm not trying to bash these players or anything. They're phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But if you want a good game, go watch NCAA. NCAA is better because you don't see mercenaries for money. You don't see egotistical players, and you never know who's going to win. That mystery factor is what elevates the NCAA above everything else that I've stated. I love it. You got to love it.